What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to C-Roll Productions. You guys, we have some interesting updates and details and recent rumor reports revolving around some MCU projects, and it's so exciting. I can't wait to dive deep into it, you guys. But as of this morning, we got a bunch of brand new IMAX Dolby Vision posters for Deadpool and Wolverine. We are literally a month out from Deadpool and Wolverine, you guys. I can't believe it's finally coming our way. I'm so excited. A part of me still wants a final trailer, even if it's just a minute and a half for Deadpool and Wolverine. I am so damn ready to inject every minute, every second, every hour of this movie into my veins, you guys. I hope you guys got your tickets because it is going to be a sold out show the entire opening weekend, you guys. Guaranteed. This is my prediction for the box office for Deadpool and Wolverine. Opening weekend, total worldwide, I'm going $450 million opening weekend, you guys. It is going to be an absolute banger. Damn, I can't wait, you guys. Let's talk about today's topic, you guys. Coming from the Cosmic Circus, a reliable inside scooper. But with some of these reports and some of these rumor hazards, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because I just don't know. So apparently Marvel Studios, they want to handle Doctor Doom in the MCU like they handled Loki's tenure in the Infinity Saga. Loki had been a pivotal character in the Infinity Saga and a beloved character ever since the first Thor film. Fun fact, you guys, Tom Hiddleston actually auditioned for Thor in the original Thor film, you guys, but the role obviously ended up going to Chris Hemsworth, and he got Loki, the god of mischief. Now, Loki has been a beloved character. Everybody loved Loki when he came out on stage at Comic-Con in costume. Such a massive fan moment from, his appearance to Avengers, in the Thor films and, Infinity War, and coming back for, the Loki series. The redemption arc for his character in the Loki series was one of the most beautiful stories, the most beautiful wrap-ups we've ever seen in the MCU. So if they're going to handle Doctor Doom with such care, has me that much more excited for the character of Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom can't be a one-and-done villain like he's been in the Fantastic Four films. He can't. His presence should be felt throughout the entirety of this next phase of the Mutant Saga. I'm calling it the Mutant Saga because it will be the Mutant Saga after this multiverse shit ends. So Doctor Doom is going to be a pivotal character, and I'm pretty sure he's going to be, playing from the shadows, kind of manipulating a lot of things that will happen or will transition in the MCU moving forward. I mean, why not? I would love to see him, potentially, do Doom War and have him be in a massive presence in, the whole Wakanda world. That would be so interesting. And I would love to see Shuri, potentially a new Black Panther as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to see, the character of T'Challa recasted. He has a son now, so it's a massive possibility. And we're dealing with the multiverse, you guys, so anything could happen for the world of the multiverse. But I'm excited that, Marvel Studios, they understand and they realize the importance of Doctor Doom and how massive of a character he is in the comic books. And they're trying to establish him to be a long-term villain. Whoever they have decide to play him, it's going to be interesting. And I know he's rumored to appear in the Fantastic Four film, but we'll take that with a grain of salt, you guys. But I'm still excited to see my boy Doom in the MCU. Moving on, apparently the X-Men will be probably introduced after Avengers Secret Wars. There's said to be a reason for that, which will be explained in Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, you guys, look, as much as I would love to see Hugh Jackman return as Wolverine after, Avengers Secret Wars, or, our beloved legacy X-Men characters return, they are doing a full-blown reboot after Secret Wars. Everybody is going to be recasted. Everybody. Well, I do think that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool will stick around. And even potentially, Colossus and some of the characters that were introduced in the Deadpool universe that can possibly still stick around. But as far as Professor X, Patrick Stewart's not going to return to play, Professor X for the next 10 to 15 years. And you have to realize, if the X-Men are going to be introduced after Secret Wars, the X-Men film probably won't hit theaters until 2027, 2028. That is such a long time from now. And these actors and actresses will be much older. So them rebooting, going for a much young, fresh cast is the more ideal longevity for these characters. And like I said, it's going to pay me to see these characters finally get their wrap-up story. We all thought that Logan was going to be the wrap-up story for Professor X, but then he returned in, Multiverse of Madness, Logan dying in Logan, and he coming back for Deadpool and Wolverine. But that's the whole multiverse shenanigans. You can do these kind of stories and continue these kind of stories with returning characters, legacy characters, that is. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens with this X-Men reboot and the whole casting. Honestly, it's probably going to be the most important casting of the MCU of all time. If you can't nail this X-Men casting down, you are going to be in a lot of trouble, you guys. Just bring back my boy Channing Tatum as Gambit, please. I don't want to see him do a one-off in Deadpool and Wolverine. I want to see him continue on to play Gambit moving forward because it was such a passion project for Channing Tatum. We all know that the studio just didn't believe. They didn't have enough belief in it, and they ended up canceling it, and it affected Channing Tatum a lot. But moving on to the next topic, you guys. Marvel Studios reportedly wants the Avengers 5 to focus on other multiverse villains before dealing with Kang. The first multiverse villain will appear in Deadpool and Wolverine. Interesting. Okay, so will Kang be the main villain in Secret Wars? Because now they're looking to explore different villains for Avengers 5. Multiverse villains, that is, as well. Are they going to do a whole Spider-Man No Way Home? Will they have, different villains returning just to be the multiverse villains and have, Spider-Man villains, X-Men villains, and other Marvel hero villains fight, the multiverse Avengers? Is that? I feel like that's kind of what they're going at. But, I would still love to see the Kang Dynasty, man. A part of me wants to see the Kang Dynasty for Avengers 5 and have a bigger villain show up for Avengers Secret Wars. That's what I really want to see. Or have our beloved Avengers fighting the X-Men for Secret Wars. Something along those lines. We're dealing with the incursion. We're dealing with worlds colliding. It's do or die. That's essentially what it is. And I would love to see that for Avengers Secret Wars. But as far as like Avengers 5 and them dealing with the multiverse villains, they should go with the Kang Dynasty because it was set up after Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium. And I know with the whole Jonathan Majors situation and the recasting and him being fired, it makes things a little bit more trickier. But introducing multiverse villains is going to be interesting. And honestly, it's going to be hard because, you were setting up Kang and, for them to go in a different direction so quickly, it's going to leave a lot of fans confused. But like I said, this next villain is going to be introduced in Deadpool and Wolverine because we all know Deadpool and Wolverine is going to have a direct tie-in to Avengers Secret Wars. So it's a possibility and it can happen, you guys. So moving on, Marvel Studios is reportedly still trying to find the story for the Scarlet Witch film. The film is said to be in the conceptual stages. This was interesting. This report came out like a week ago, and I kind of wanted to take it with a grain of salt because I was like, how much more of the story of the Scarlet Witch can you continue? We saw her 10 years before WandaVision, and we got to see her in WandaVision, and we got to see her become the full Scarlet Witch at the end of that, leading into Multiverse of Madness, and then she potentially died at the end of Multiverse of Madness. But what more can you do? I mean, what story would you tell for a Scarlet Witch film? And honestly, it seems like Elizabeth Olsen is kind of done. You know what I mean? With recent interviews, it seems like she's over it. You know what I mean? She's trying to move on to, to much smaller things in her life, which I completely be okay with if we never saw Scarlet Witch again, because I feel like her story kind of wrapped up nice and neatly. But if you're going to do the White Vision and his Disney Plus series, you kind of have her kids. She's going to come back eventually. But for her own solo film, do we need her own solo film? And what story? It's going to be interesting. If you're going to adapt any kind of Scarlet Witch story, it's got to be the House of M. The House of M. It has to be. That is such a beautiful, fantastic comic. Where is it at? It's somewhere around here. I have it. It's one of my favorite comic books, you guys. The House of M is absolutely phenomenal. Here it is. Oh, I got to grab it. If you guys haven't read The House of M, I highly suggest you guys check it out. It is so damn good. But like I said, do we need a Scarlet Witch solo film? Is it necessary? Thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Moving on to the final topic, you guys. So the Midnight Suns team members are likely to include Wong, Moon Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider, Man-Thing, and Werewolf by Night. Other names less frequently mentioned were Black Knight, the Scarlet Scarab, Elsa Bloodstone, Doctor Strange, and Agatha Harkness. Now, this first lineup of Wong, Moon Knight, Ghost Rider, Blade, Man-Thing, Werewolf by Night, absolutely. You got my money. That would be phenomenal. That would be so good. And I'm really hoping that this Midnight Suns project gets made. And I'm really hoping that, Michael Giacchino definitely has his influence and he's definitely able to direct and, you know, really bring this project to life. Because I love what he did with Werewolf by Night, and to handle something like this with the ensemble cast of your supernatural characters of, you know, Blade and Moon Knight together. I mean, Ghost Rider. Hell yeah, that would be huge. That would be huge. And it said that Midnight Suns is supposed to start shooting literally shortly after Blade is done rapping. Who knows what's going on with Blade right now? There's a lot of rumors revolving around this project. Eventually, I feel like Blade will come out, but will it hit that November release date? No idea. I know they're doing script rewrites right now for Blade, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I think it's a solid lineup. I like that lineup, and I would love to see these characters interact. I mean, Man-Thing, definitely give me more Man-Thing. I know James Gunn is doing his DC thing right now, so, you know, James Mangold is doing, you know, his Swamp Thing, which is going to be hella competition. James Mangold doing his Swamp Thing. Woo! That is going to be rough, you guys. But I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think about the topics that we talked about and discussed in the comments down below. Thoughts and opinions, you guys, please post them. And thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Zero Productions. Peace.